Welcome back, everybody. Welcome anybody new here. Thank you guys for joining me. Obviously, if you're new here, always consider subscribing. This is not a plea. I'm not begging. I'm not doing anything. If you like these videos, then you'll subscribe. If you don't like them, whatever. But today's video is going to be really simple. I told everybody that I was going to try on some of these Baffin Marshes that I just picked up. It's a marsh hiking boot / boot water shoe. Yeah, so we're going to get into that right now. Okay, so if you guys aren't new here, you know. If you are new, then you don't know, but these are the Baffin Marsh. I'll go quick over them for anybody that's new here, just in case you guys don't know. This is like a neoprene booty insole, rubber outer, kind of EVA midsole type thing. It's got a hard base to it. These ones have a pretty hard base. What do we got? Removable liner in here, so that comes out pretty easily. And yeah, I use these for walking in creeks. Alright, so what I was going to do is I was going to wait a lot longer, but I've been using these already for a while now. I forgot how long ago. It was like 3 weeks ago or something like that I had done my first impressions video on these. If you guys are new here, that's out. I always try to do like a first impressions video. So like I played with it, flexed them out, took them apart, looked at them. If you guys want to see more about that video, just go into my, I have an open water playlist. It's got almost all my open water videos in it. That's where this is will be, or in my lure product reviews type thing. I have that playlist too. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to use them for a while, and before I place judgment on them and kind of, if you're new here, sorry, right now it's killing me. I'm just gonna leave that in there. I don't even care right now because I'm trying to get across to you guys. If you're new, I don't lie. I don't make up crap. When I give you guys a review of a product, you're gonna get the cold hard truth. And anybody who sends me products, I gotta let you guys know, you're gonna get the truth out of me. So if I beat something up just because I'm a little more abusive than the average consumer and it fails, that's not my fault that it failed. It's the manufacturer, the guy that made it, the people that designed it. So I'm gonna find those flaws, and I'm gonna let all you guys know, and we'll be able to, make wiser decisions in the future based on that. So one of the things I wanted to do though is I was gonna take them and just go straight hardcore, wear them for a water shoe. I think the different recommendations I got were like to use them as like a marsh boot, because that's what they're called, the marsh. It's the Baffin Marsh, and it was kind of like a go in and out of streams thing. And I have a better arsenal, what I'd like to kind of word it as. I have a better arsenal of things than this if I want to just kind of go in and out of streams. This is for when I'm walking straight up and down rivers and streams and creeks. It's the idea is so you can end up running into broken glass, clam shells that are broken, bones, just sharp rocks, period. So I've always just wore like tennis shoes or something like that, and they fall apart after 10-20 times, and I wanted something that was going to last me a while. And if you've seen any of my other videos where I talk about Baffin, I already run Baffin Impact boots, and I have a review and a whole thing from that because I ran those forever before I even did a review on them. But a big thing I wanted to do with these is because I'm going to use these for walking streams all the way up until it probably gets down to about 50 degrees on a regular basis, maybe 45 degrees. Because these have a 7mm neoprene insole, so this is literally like wetsuit material. So if you guys are wondering like why it looks like that, that goes inside. That's the boot that your foot is inside, and it's wetsuit material. And I wanted to use these and let you guys know. So if you wanted to get a pair of these, I'll list them in the description below. I can honestly say from the few times that I have used them, I haven't used them extensively, like I haven't used them for like a year or anything like that. So if you guys are looking for like a review after a year, I'll remind me next year, because in the springtime I do a lot of walking too, shore walking too. I'll walk around like shores on lakes and stuff like that. So I'll definitely be using these if they're still together by then. So check back in the spring and yell at me. Say, hey Dave, how are those marshes doing? I wanted to get a pair, you know, let me know. But otherwise, for what I've done so far, I've walked straight up rivers. So like banks, me, middle of the river. So I've walked up a couple of them now, and as far as like comfort goes, they're a little stiff, but I mean they could just need to be broken in. So as far as stiff means, it's like if you had two options, if you only had two options and it was like walk barefoot on rock and creek and glass and whatever, or walk in these, I'd 100% choose these every time. One thing I will recommend 100% for anybody that decides to get these, if you're going to use them for like a water shoe, get yourself a pair of these. Now, I know you don't know what this is because, unless you're a diver, then you know exactly what this is. So this is a dive booty. This itself is 7 millimeters of neoprene. So the boot that's inside this is this. I got these to the size that fit my foot, so I think these are size 9, and these are tight on my foot. They're meant to be tight, so like when you're diving in them or whatever, you would wear these with your fins. So if you're wearing dive fins, you put these on with your suit, and then that way everything's covered, your feet are covered, and it keeps you warm. So I recommend that. So you wear these and then you stick these on, and I did that all day a couple different times, and I can tell you right now the water is cooling down. It's not cold yet, but I can tell you it kept my feet like, and I guess you would say like average temperature or like normal. So I didn't get cold is what I'm saying, and then my feet didn't feel as much discomfort, I'm sure, because this is padding, that's padding, basically covering the basis of like whether it's padded or not. Okay, so in this part, I'm basically gonna just tell you guys, because these are super simple boots. It's not like something super complicated. It is a slip-on, which I do find these to be actually useful. I was looking at them like they were kind of ridiculous, but when you want to like slide it on and off when it's wet, because it kind of form fits to you just like a wetsuit. Because you can see that, like you can see my finger running through there. So this will fit to your foot. So if you get it to, you know, size accurate, or like one size or like quarter size bigger or whatever, as long as it fits to your foot, this is going to be nice. But like I said, wear the booties if you're going to do 100% wading in these, because that's what I bought them for, or got them for. It was 100% in the sense of using them for wading through rivers and creeks. But my first-hand review and opinion of these guys right now, as we sit, about 3 weeks of using them so far, is 100% I would get them again. There's nothing that I see going wrong with them. I've kicked, like I said, I walked through some rough stuff and kicked some rough stuff, and I don't see any chunks of rubber coming off of them or anything. Sometimes you'll get boots, like if you go in water with them, these things will chunk off as you walk on like rough, broken up rock. I don't know if anybody's ever had that problem, but like when I'm hard on boots, that's the first thing that goes, is these little, I call them for show, basically these show nubs or whatever, because like usually that would be something that is supposed to help with grip, but I always rip them off on cheap boots. So these are not cheap, and they are not falling apart on me yet. I have about 2 months left of walking in the water with these guys, and after that, it's going to be switching over to all open water, or hiking on land and stuff like that, so I'll be putting these guys up for the season. So that's why I wanted to get this out to you guys. Alright, so like I was saying, I hope what I just described is enough for you guys to kind of make a decision. I know a lot of people wait till the end of the season, but to buy gear like that for like the next year, I encourage that. Because you get deals and sales and stuff like that. But as far as these boots are concerned, It is one of the better boots, booties, water shoes, whatever you want to call them, that I've actually had the pleasure of running. And as far as now, nothing's falling apart on them, but I beat my stuff up. So you guys stay tuned. Obviously, if I do have them fall apart, I'll be the first one to show you guys what happens when you beat up your stuff a lot. But I also do take care of it. I'm going to mention one thing that I forgot to say is I took that insole out of them, and I took a hose when I was done after the day, and I sprayed them out really good with the hose, like inside, outside, and then I set them out in the sun to like drip dry, drain with the sole on the outside, and then same thing with my water socks. But that's just because I'm used to doing that from diving and stuff like that. You always want to get your gear washed off so nothing's like microbial, little bugs that create stink and stuff like that. It's the stuff that makes your gear smell and whatever. But always keep your gear clean, and it'll last you a lot longer than anybody else's. That's a big tip I'm going to give you guys. But for now, I hope I helped everybody out. I hope some of you guys enjoy these in the near future. And obviously, if you're not new here, you know what's up. But if you are new, please just remember to